Did you know that sometimes the things we do every single day, often without even thinking about them, could be quietly taking a toll on our health? Especially as we get into our 70s and beyond, it's easy to think, well, I've made it this far. Things are fine. And on the surface, they might seem perfectly okay. You might feel pretty good most days. Manage your daily routines and enjoy life's simple pleasures. But beneath the surface, there can be small, almost invisible habits that chip away at our well-being and, yes, potentially shorten our precious years. These aren't dramatic, obvious risks like smoking or completely ignoring health advice. No, they're much more subtle, weaving themselves into the fabric of our lives so gently that we don't even notice their quiet impact. It's a painful reality that sometimes the comfort of routine blinds us to the small changes that could make a huge difference. There's a kind of secret happening here. These habits aren't loudly announcing their presence. They're just there, part of the background noise. But understanding them is the first step to neutralizing their effect. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 of these often overlooked habits that can quietly shorten your life after 70. We'll explore why they're so sneaky and, more importantly, what simple steps you can take starting today to counteract them. It's not about drastic overhauls, just gentle adjustments that can add vitality and years. Make sure you watch right through to the end, because I think one of the habits we discuss, in particular, might really surprise you. Let's start by looking at something incredibly basic, something we often take for granted, but which becomes increasingly vital as we age, making sure you're drinking enough plain water throughout the day. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Water. Really? It sounds so simple. But here's the thing. As we get older, our body's sense of thirst often diminishes. We just don't feel as parched as we used to, even when our bodies are crying out for hydration. Add to that certain medications that can affect fluid balance, or perhaps simply not wanting to make too many trips to the bathroom, and it's easy to slip into a state of mild, chronic dehydration without even realizing it. And what does this quiet dehydration do? Well, it affects everything. Our blood becomes thicker, making the heart work harder. Our kidneys, which are responsible for filtering waste, struggle to do their job efficiently. Digestion slows down, leading to issues like constipation. Our energy levels drop, making us feel tired and sluggish. Our skin loses elasticity, making us more prone to dryness and irritation. Even our cognitive function can suffer. That feeling of fogginess or difficulty concentrating might just be your brain needing more water. Over time, this constant low-level stress on your organs and systems can contribute to a decline in overall health, making you more vulnerable to illnesses and slowing down recovery. It's not a sudden collapse, but a gradual wearing down, a quiet shortening of optimal function. The good news is, the solution is incredibly simple. It's about building a mindful habit. Keep a glass or bottle of water nearby throughout the day. Sip on it regularly, not just when you feel thirsty. Maybe have a glass first thing in the morning, another with your meals, and a small one before bed, but not so much it disrupts sleep. Herbal teas count towards your fluid intake, as do water-rich foods like cucumbers, tomatoes, and melons. It's not about chugging liters at once, but about a steady, gentle flow. Making this conscious effort to hydrate properly provides the essential lubrication and support your body needs to keep everything running smoothly. It helps your circulatory system, aids digestion, keeps your mind clearer, and supports healthy kidney function. It's a fundamental building block of health that can easily be overlooked but has a profound quiet impact if neglected. Moving on from hydration. Another habit that often creeps in unnoticed is relying too heavily on processed foods. Now, I'm not talking about banning everything that comes in a packet or can. Let's be realistic. Convenience foods have their place, but when a significant portion of your daily diet consists of highly processed items, Think packaged snacks, sugary cereals, ready meals high in salt and unhealthy fats, sugary drinks. Your body is missing out on vital nutrients. As we age, our bodies still need protein to maintain muscle mass, fiber for digestive health, vitamins and minerals for everything from bone strength to immune function, and healthy fats for brain health. Processed foods often strip away many of these essential components while adding things like excessive sodium, added sugars, and artificial ingredients that can promote inflammation throughout the body. Inflammation is like a slow-burning fire that underlies many age-related diseases. When your body is constantly bombarded with these less-than-ideal ingredients and simultaneously deprived of nutrient-dense whole foods, like fresh fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, nuts, and seeds, it struggles to repair and maintain itself effectively. This nutrient deficit and inflammatory load don't cause an immediate crisis, but over years, they contribute to a weakened immune system, increased risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cognitive decline, and a general acceleration of the aging process at a cellular level. It's a quiet form of malnutrition, not from lack of calories necessarily, but from lack of quality. The impact is subtle at first, maybe less energy, slower healing, or just not feeling your best. But cumulatively, it can definitely shorten the number of healthy, active years you have. What can you do? It's about gradually shifting the balance. Try incorporating more whole foods into your meals. Add a handful of berries to your breakfast. Snack on an apple or a few nuts. Include more vegetables in your dinner. If you're having a ready meal, perhaps add a side salad or some steamed green beans. Choose whole grain bread over white. Cook simple meals from scratch when you can. It doesn't have to be complicated. A grilled piece of fish with some roasted vegetables is packed with goodness. Small swaps make a big difference over time. Think of it as giving your body the quality building materials it needs to stay strong and resilient. Continuing on our journey through these quiet habits, let's talk about how much we actually move our bodies each day. It's easy, especially after 70, to find ourselves spending a lot more time sitting down, maybe watching television, reading, working on hobbies that don't require much physical activity. The garden might not get quite as much attention as it used to, and perhaps running errands involves less walking and more driving. This habit of increased sedentary time, of prolonged periods of inactivity, is a powerful silent force working against your health. Our bodies are designed to move. When we sit for extended periods, our metabolism slows down. Our muscles, if not used regularly, begin to atrophy. They lose strength and mass. This isn't just about feeling weaker. Muscle plays a critical role in metabolism, blood sugar control, and maintaining balance and mobility. Bones can become weaker without the stress of weight-bearing activity. Circulation isn't as efficient, increasing the risk of blood clots. Even brain health is linked to physical activity, as movement promotes blood flow and the release of beneficial chemicals. The impact of prolonged sitting is insidious. It doesn't feel harmful in the moment. In fact, it can feel comfortable and relaxing. But hour after hour, day after day, this lack of movement contributes to a decline in physical function, making everyday tasks harder, increasing the risk of falls, contributing to weight gain, and elevating the risk factors for numerous chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. It's a quiet erosion of your physical capacity and resilience. The good news, and there really is good news here, is that you don't need to start training for a marathon. It's about incorporating gentle movement throughout your day and minimizing long periods of sitting. Could you get up and walk around during commercial breaks? Could you do a few simple stretches while you're waiting for the kettle to boil? Could you take a short walk around the block every day? Even just for 10 or 15 minutes if you enjoy gardening. Even shorter bursts of activity are beneficial. Maybe join a gentle exercise class or a walking group. Even small changes, like standing up and moving for a couple of minutes every hour, can interrupt the negative effects of prolonged sitting. It's about making movement a natural part of your day, finding enjoyable ways to keep your body active. This helps maintain muscle strength, keeps your joints mobile, supports healthy circulation, boosts your mood, and significantly contributes to maintaining your independence and vitality for longer. It's not about strenuous exercise. It's about consistent, gentle activity that keeps your body remembering how to move and function well. Transitioning now to another area that often gets less attention than diet and exercise. Let's consider the impact of our social connections, or perhaps the lack of them. As life changes after 70, perhaps retirement, children moving away, or losing friends and loved ones, it can become easier to become more isolated. This isn't always a conscious choice. Sometimes it just happens gradually. Maybe getting out feels like more effort, or opportunities to socialize become fewer. However, this habit of neglecting social connections and allowing isolation to creep in is a powerful, quiet detractor from longevity and well-being. Human beings are social creatures. We thrive on connection, conversation, and feeling a sense of belonging. Social interaction provides emotional support, reduces stress, keeps our minds stimulated, and even encourages us to maintain healthier habits. When we become isolated, we miss out on these vital benefits. Loneliness and social isolation have been linked to an increased risk of depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, heart disease, and a weakened immune system. It's not just about feeling sad or lonely. It has tangible physical effects on the body. Chronic loneliness can trigger inflammatory responses and increase levels of stress hormones, which, over time, can wear down various systems in the body. It's a silent stressor, quietly chipping away at your health and resilience. The impact is subtle because it doesn't often manifest as a sudden illness, but rather a general decline in vitality and an increased vulnerability to health problems. How can you counter this? It's about making a conscious effort to connect with others. It doesn't have to be a huge social calendar. Even 1 or 2 meaningful connections can make a world of difference. Could you call a friend or family member regularly? Could you join a local club or group that interests you? A book club, a gardening group, a walking group, a bridge club? Could you volunteer for a cause you care about? Could you attend events at a local community center or place of worship, even interacting with people in your neighborhood, like chatting with the person at the local shop or saying hello to neighbors, can help foster a sense of connection. Online groups and video calls can also be a lifeline, especially if getting out is difficult. It's about finding ways, big or small, to interact with other people regularly. Nurturing these connections provides emotional sustenance, keeps your mind engaged, and acts as a buffer against stress, all of which contribute significantly to living a longer, healthier, and happier life. Next on our list of quiet life-shortening habits is something many of us are probably guilty of at some point: ignoring minor aches, pains, or unusual symptoms. It's easy to brush things off as just getting old, or a bit of a niggle. A persistent ache, a new patch of skin, a change in digestion, unusual fatigue. We might tell ourselves it's nothing serious and hope it goes away on its own. While many minor issues do resolve, the habit of delaying seeking medical advice for potentially significant symptoms can have serious consequences. As we age, our bodies can sometimes signal problems in less dramatic ways. A symptom that might be acute and severe in a younger person could present more subtly in someone older. Ignoring these signals means that if there is something serious happening, like an infection, a developing chronic condition, or even something more serious, it goes unchecked. Catching health problems early is often key to successful treatment and management. Delaying seeking help allows potential issues to worsen, become more complex, and harder to treat. This can lead to more severe health outcomes, longer recovery times, and a reduced quality of life, all of which quietly eat away at your healthy lifespan. It's not about becoming a hypochondriac and rushing to the doctor for every tiny twinge. It's about being attuned to your body and recognizing when something is genuinely different or persistent. Is that pain lasting longer than a few days? Has that symptom come back repeatedly? Are you experiencing something new that you can't explain? Making a mental note of these things and discussing them with your doctor or a healthcare professional is simply a responsible way of managing your health. It might be nothing, which is reassuring, but it might be something that, if caught early, can be effectively managed or treated, preventing it from becoming a major problem down the line. Cultivating the habit of open communication with your doctor and not dismissing new or persistent symptoms is a quiet act of self-care that can significantly protect your future health. It's about proactive attention to your body's signals, giving you the best chance of addressing potential issues before they have a significant negative impact on your life. Moving on to our sixth habit. Let's talk about sleep patterns, specifically the habit of staying up too late or having consistently poor sleep hygiene. Many people find their sleep patterns change as they get older. Maybe you wake up earlier, or find it harder to fall asleep, or wake up multiple times during the night. While some changes are natural, consistently getting insufficient or poor quality sleep, often compounded by staying up late watching television or engaging in stimulating activities close to bedtime, is a habit with significant health implications. Sleep is a vital time for our bodies and brains to repair and rejuvenate. During sleep, our bodies clean out waste products from the brain, consolidate memories, repair tissues, and regulate hormones. When we don't get enough sleep, or the sleep we get isn't restful, these processes are disrupted. Chronic sleep deprivation, even if it's just an hour or two less than you need per night, and poor quality sleep have been linked to a host of health problems. It increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and weakens the immune system. It negatively impacts cognitive function, affecting memory, concentration, and decision-making. It can worsen mood, increasing irritability and the risk of depression. It even affects physical performance, increasing the risk of accidents and falls. The impact is quiet because you might just feel tired or a bit off, attributing it to age. But the cumulative effect of insufficient rest is a constant low-grade stress on your body that speeds up cellular aging and increases your susceptibility to illness. It's a significant factor in how well your body can repair and maintain itself. What can you do to improve sleep hygiene? Try to establish a regular sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up around the same time each day, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine, maybe a warm bath, reading a book, or listening to calming music. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. Avoid caffeine and alcohol close to bedtime. And try to limit screen time like watching TV or using tablets in the hour or two before sleep, as the blue light can interfere with your body's production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. If you struggle with falling asleep after 20 minutes, get up for a bit and do something quiet in dim light before trying again. Napping can be helpful, but keep it short, 20-30 minutes and earlier in the day, so it doesn't interfere with nighttime sleep. Prioritizing good sleep is not a luxury. It's a fundamental pillar of health that quietly supports every other system in your body. Making conscious efforts to improve your sleep habits is an investment in your longevity and overall well-being. Finally, let's address a habit that is perhaps the most internal and often the hardest to recognize and manage, holding on to chronic stress and worry without effective coping strategies. Life, at any age, presents challenges, but after 70, these might include dealing with loss, health concerns, financial worries, or adjusting to major life changes. It's natural to experience stress and worry, but when it becomes a constant, overwhelming state that you don't have ways to process or release, it takes a significant toll on your health. Chronic stress keeps your body in a state of heightened alert, pumping out stress hormones like cortisol. While useful in short bursts, consistently elevated levels of these hormones wreak havoc on your systems. They can increase blood pressure, suppress the immune system, contribute to inflammation, disrupt sleep, impair digestion, and negatively affect brain function, including memory. The impact is profoundly quiet because you might just feel perpetually anxious, irritable, or overwhelmed, perhaps not even connecting these feelings directly to a physical health decline. But the constant internal stress response is a significant accelerant of the aging process at a cellular level and a major risk factor for numerous chronic diseases. It silently erodes your resilience and makes you more vulnerable. This is the habit I mentioned earlier that might surprise you. How much simply holding on to stress can impact your physical lifespan. It's not just a mental state, it has tangible, physical consequences. So, what does managing this habit look like? It's about developing strategies to cope with stress and worry in healthier ways. This isn't about eliminating stress entirely, which is impossible, but about building resilience and finding ways to process it. Simple techniques can make a huge difference. Practicing mindfulness or meditation for a few minutes each day can help calm the nervous system. Gentle exercise, like walking, is a powerful stress reliever. Spending time in nature has been shown to reduce stress levels. Engaging in hobbies you enjoy provides a positive distraction and sense of purpose. Talking to someone you trust, a friend, family member, or counselor, can help process worries. Learning relaxation techniques, like deep breathing exercises, can be helpful in the moment. It's also important to identify things you can control and take action where possible, and learn to accept the things you cannot change. Focusing your energy on what you can influence. Cultivating a practice of stress management is a quiet, internal habit that has immense positive repercussions for your physical health and longevity. It's about protecting your inner peace, which in turn protects your physical body. So, we've talked about keeping hydrated, nourishing your body with wholesome foods, staying gently active, nurturing your connections with others, paying attention to your body's signals, getting enough restful sleep, and finding ways to manage stress and worry. These 7 habits might seem small on their own, but when they become a regular part of life after 70 without conscious attention, they can quietly undermine your health and vitality. Neglecting hydration means your body can't function optimally. Relying on processed foods starves your cells of needed nutrients. Too much sitting weakens your body and increases disease risk. Isolation deprives you of vital emotional and mental support. Ignoring symptoms allows potential problems to fester. Poor sleep prevents your body from repairing itself properly, and holding on to chronic stress wears down your systems. Remember, it's not about perfection or drastic changes. It's about awareness and making small, consistent adjustments. If you've recognized any of these habits in your own life, please don't feel discouraged. The fact that you're here, watching this, means you're open to making positive changes, and that's the most important first step. Every small step you take towards better hydration, choosing a piece of fruit, taking a short walk, calling a friend, listening to your body, getting to bed a little earlier, or practicing a few minutes of deep breathing. These small actions add up. They build resilience, enhance your energy, support your physical and mental health, and help you continue to live a full, active life. Your 70s and beyond can be incredibly fulfilling years. And by paying a little attention to these quiet habits, you're actively choosing to protect and enhance those years. Small changes really can make a big difference to your health and happiness. We'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits resonated most with you? Or what small change are you planning to make this week? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could help others too. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It helps us reach more people who could benefit from this information. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel for more tips and advice on living your best life at every age. Thank you for watching. And remember, every day is an opportunity to make choices that support your well-being. Live your best life at every age.